Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the Epic Aquariums channel on YouTube. Today we're going to be showcasing the Amazon tank that we have here at Epic Aquariums. Now the reason why we call it our Amazon tank here is because we've tried to replicate what you would find in the Amazon River Basin during the flooded season. And all species that do inhabit this tank are generally found within one or two parts of the Amazon River Basin, such as the angelfish, the black skirt tetras, and the head and light tetras. Now this tank's dimensions are relatively small, as you will see, due to it being only a 20 long breeder, but this tank is predominantly used as a grow out for the angels. Tetras are really going to be in there long term, and the water changes that are done on this tank are about 25% water change every 2 days. And the reason why that's able to be done, you'll see in the video, and I'll give you a full explanation as to why I do it like that and where I actually got the filtration system from. But before I go into that, I just want to say thank you to Flip Aquatics for putting out a message behind a company that shows that they're worried about not just the aquarium trade, but they're actually worried about the sustainability and the environments from which they're sourcing their livestock from. That's also one of the reasons why I'm a huge fan of Flip Aquatics, and I've actually gone and purchased my filtration system from them. I love the motto that the company has. I love the mindset behind it, the sustainability, and the insight and knowledge that comes from them in regards to shrimp, and not only just shrimp, but actually other species of fish and sustainability altogether, whether it's stuff on the care list, stuff that's slightly endangered. They notify you as to what you're getting yourself into. A lot of local fish stores will tell you, oh, they can go in here, go in here, go in that, it's fine. But in all actuality, it's really not. You know, he's the guy that taught me about a TDS meter, and I've been in the hobby now since, think about it, maybe 25 years roughly. And this gentleman just taught me something within 6 months that I didn't know my whole life. So I just want to give credit where credit's due, and I hope you guys are going to enjoy what you're going to see in this video. And yeah, let's get to it. As you guys can see, the water wisteria that was in the initial video demonstration or intro has definitely grown substantially within 3 weeks. It's pretty much taken over almost half the depth of the tank here. So that'll be showcased in a grooming video that will be done at the end of this video. And I mean, there's water wisteria in here, there is hornswort, and there is some land moss in there. There's 3 clumps of it, 1 and 2 that are propagated onto a piece of slate, and the third is just nestled into the branch. And as you can see, there are some water bubbles, oxygen bubbles, I'm sorry, on the moss, and that's because it's producing oxygen. It's showing that the plant is actually healthy in here. But all of this aside, the real reason behind this video is I wanted to showcase a product from Flip Aquatics that has literally been, I don't know if you're gonna say a godsend, a blessing, the best investment I've ever made, due to the fact that this filtration system is called the Hamburg Matten Filter. And there are various retailers out there that do have them, and I will admit, you know, you can find them anywhere ranging from, I mean, 20 bucks to 40 bucks. I mean, it really depends on the size of your tank. But the reason why I specifically chose to go with Flip Aquatics version of it is because their foam board that they use for their filtration is at 35 PPI. Most places have 30 PPI, some places have 40. 30 is gonna be good for just your regular display tank or show tank. 40 is good for breeding. 35 is a nice median in the middle to where you're getting the benefit of both. Now, what's stored up inside this filtration system is called beneficial bacteria. And beneficial bacteria are essential and key in a fish tank because there's something called live nitrifying bacteria that are contained within these filtration systems. And the live nitrifying bacteria actually eats organic decomposing waste. So, I mean, if you look at it, all this surface area that's on this filter is full of live nitrifying bacteria. I've taken this filtration system, the Matten filter, out of here and actually used it on other tanks. But to give a quick description of the Hamburg Matten filter and where its origins came from, It's actually started in the aquarium hobby somewhere around the 1960s in Hamburg, Germany by a local aquarium activist or aquarist or hobbyist or whatever you want to label them as. I couldn't find the guy's actual name who had created the first one, but I will say this. Thank you very much for bringing this into the aquarium trade due to the fact that it's a great filtration system, it supports an abundance of life, and it's an amazing product. But more so, I would like to say thank you to Flip Aquatics for showing and showcasing this product on their YouTube page and providing an outlet for aquarium hobbyists and activists to go and buy this at. Because, I mean, it is literally the best filtration system I've had in 25 years. And as I back up, you guys can see, this tank is very heavily stocked for an Amazon-style tank. It's only a 20 long breeder. The reason I'm allowed to, or not technically speaking allowed to, but the reason why I can get away with it is because of the live nitrifying bacteria that are contained within this Hamburg Matten filter, which results in me being able to do water changes at 25% every 2 days without having to worry about the system crashing on itself, essentially. And at the end of this video, like I said, I will be showcasing a time lapse of grooming and editing the plants and basically rearranging some of the stuff in this tank and doing a gravel vac at the bottom due to the fact that I haven't done one in 3 weeks. And as you can see, the fish are healthy, alert, active. There's no ick on any of the fish. There's no parasitic problems or any of those issues. And my water parameters have been the same for 3 weeks straight because I do testing on them daily, as you should, due to the fact that, you know, as you know, in the aquarium hobby, within a blink of an eye, your parameters can change by, you know, a little bit too much CO2, a little bit too much fertilizer in your tank, and essentially it can cause it to crash. I mean, I have 25 years of trial and error in the hobby as a hobbyist, and I will say that this filtration system right here, by far, is the best thing that I have ever invested in. And the honest truth of it is, it's the cheapest filtration I've ever bought. Sometimes simpler is the way to go. I understand that there are big box brand stores out there that'll push you to buy a hob filter, and those things do work, but essentially the problem with a hob is the fact that you're stripping out all of the essential bacteria that you need every time you remove the cartridge. This right here allows it to build up, and when you do decide to squeeze and wring it out, you're not killing out the whole colony of bacteria. That's the benefit of this type of filtration system. That's why I strongly recommend you buying it and getting into it. And once again, I am not endorsed by Flip Aquatics in any way, shape, or form. This is solely me going in, providing a video based off of my experiences in the hobby. And the only thing I can say is if you're not sure on buying it, I'd advise you to check into it, do some research. I mean, here's a video on it. You can actually go on the Flip Aquatics page and see how they use theirs on shrimp tanks. And I mean, I haven't seen anything wrong with any of this, and this tank has been up and running now for roughly 6 to 7 months. And I'm more than pleased, more than happy. The fish look more than pleased and happy. They're alert. And I would just like to say once again, thank you to Flip Aquatics for providing us a product as to where, if it wasn't for them, because it's more of a European-based item or filtration system, I wouldn't have ever heard about it or found out about it. So I do want to say thank you for that, and I really appreciate you guys going and taking the time and opening that up for us. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and as always, stay blessed. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for future content. For additional content, please be sure to stop by our subreddit at Epic Aquariums.